Good afternoon, Stephen Elliott of Coherent Breathing. It's August 24th, 2025, and today I'll be speaking to principle number 11. If you've been referring to the principles at coherentbreathing.com, you may notice that I've taken the liberty of reorganizing the numbering slightly. As I speak to them, it becomes more clear what should come next, as anticipated. So today, our discussion is about resonance. And the principle is that every aspect of the body is resonant. This is no surprise, as every aspect of the universe as we know it is also resonant, from the most microscopic to the most macro. Everything exhibits resonance, that is, vibration at a nominal frequency that is appropriate to that mechanical arrangement, or in the case of the human body, the biological arrangement. Now, coherent breathing is a form of resonant breathing, as you know. It is a unique form in that we are breathing below the normally accepted frequency of resonance, that being 0.1 hertz, the frequency of the Mare wave in the Homo sapien body. This is true for all human beings. The Mare wave exists in other mammals as well, and maybe other animals, I don't know, at slightly different frequencies, having something to do with their own resonant structures. But in the human, the Mare wave occurs at the precise frequency of 0.1 hertz. If we translate that into breathing rate, it comes out to precisely 6 breaths per minute. Coherent breathing, as you may know now, is designed to operate at 5 breaths per minute, slightly lower than the frequency of the Mare wave and that of the commonly accepted frequency of resonance of the human body, that being 0.1 hertz, relating to 6 breaths per minute if we want to breathe at that frequency. Coherent breathing is designed to be slightly slower than that, this being for purposes of combating sympathetic emphasis or chronic bias, autonomic nervous system bias, and the myriad of consequences that sympathetic windup has on our health. My intent in the beginning was to counteract that tendency in both society at large and in the lifestyle we lead and in the human body and in the cellular consequences to the human body. That is one reason why coherent breathing occurs at the nominal breathing rate of 5 breaths per minute, 0.085 hertz, not 6 breaths per minute or 0.1 hertz. Now, what this basically means is that the entire body is vibrating. This is going on all the way from the subatomic particle level in the human body to the particle level to the molecular level to all of the structures and bodies contained within the human body. That is the bones, the blood flow, the breathing rate, all mechanisms, all mechanical systems in the body are resonant to some degree if we have the capability of looking for that resonant frequency. Now, if we understand this to be true, and we combine our understanding that the body as a whole is a resonant structure, and that we can complement that resonant structure with our breathing pattern, that is, if we know what our vertical resonant posture frequency is, what that feels like, which we can know about through the experimentation, if you will, or practice of Wuji Qigong, then we can understand what our vertical resonant frequency feels like relative to the whole body, not just our vertical axis, but the whole body begins to vibrate at this resonant frequency when our vertical posture is precisely right. And when we add to that coherent breathing, which is occurring again at the nominal rate of 5 breaths per minute, then the entire system of the body is now resonating at this approximate rate of 0.085 hertz, where we are inhaling with depth and rhythmicity and exhaling with an equivalent depth and rhythmicity, periods of inhalation and exhalation being equal. The reason they are equal, as you know by now, is to facilitate equal blood flow from the lower extremities to the chest during inhalation, and equal blood flow out of the lungs where it accumulates during inhalation through the left heart and out through the arterial tree and extremities during exhalation, keeping the blood in the body flowing freely in a circle. And as you may or may not know, if we observe the blood flow in the body, that is the blood volume in the body at the earlobe or in the fingertip, the thumb, wherever we can attach a sensor that is observing blood flow in the body, be it capillary flow, arterial flow, venous flow, we can see both the breathing pattern, that is the blood flow as a consequence of inhalation and exhalation, and the heartbeat rate synchronizing with that breathing pattern, riding atop this slow wave action that accrues as a consequence of slow, deep, rhythmic breathing, no matter what the frequency. Now, this has the advantage of propagating fluid throughout the body, across the capillary membrane, into the extracellular fluid, into the cellular fluid, out of the cellular fluid, into the extracellular fluid, back into the capillary circulation, back into the venous circulation, back to the chest, where venous blood flow is oxygenated, oxygen being exchanged for the carbon dioxide that is in venous blood flow that has been utilized by the cells. If we aspire to be in our resonant posture all the time, which is peak of head lifted, feet down in a vertical position, legs straight, knees not locked. We'll feel this resonant vibration throughout the body. This is the starting point for the practice of Wuji Qigong. You may know, if you're familiar with that work, that Dr. Mengsheng Lin and I created in 2013, published in Wuji Qigong and the Secret of Immortality. This is fundamentally about taking advantage of this phenomenon of resonance for our health, well-being, performance, and longevity. I hope that makes sense to you. Please explore coherentbreathing.com if you'd like to see images of what this wave looks like. Please visit Breathing Biofeedback, that tab at coherentbreathing.com, and explore Valsalva Way Pro, where you will see more than enough takes on what this wave action looks like in the body as a consequence of resonant breathing and resonant posture. Thank you very much for your interest, and I'll see you next time for principle number 12. Good day.